People lined the streets of Houston today to pay their respects to fallen Houston Police Sergeant Sean Rios. A procession of law enforcement escorted his remains from the medical examiner's office to a funeral home in southeast Houston. Sergeant Rios was gunned down on his way to work on Monday afternoon.
New charges today against his accused killer, 24-year-old Robert Soliz. Prosecutors filed charges for two separate incidents. They also say Soliz shot at a vehicle in a road rage confrontation and beat up a store clerk. Yesterday, Soliz was charged with the murder of Sergeant Sean Rios, but today he was charged with two aggravated assault charges with a deadly weapon, and prosecutors say those two cases occurred just this year.
Mr. Soliz, you're charged with murder.
24-year-old Robert Soliz appeared in court today wearing a yellow jumpsuit. Prosecutors say Soliz and Sergeant Rios were in a shootout on Monday that killed Sergeant Rios.
Sean Rios, who was shooting from the outside of the Cactus King, run away from the scene, while the male in the white outfit referring to this defendant continued to fire his weapon at the complainant.
Today, prosecutors read the probable cause for the murder charge, but they also went into detail on two aggravated assault incidents they say Soliz committed. One of the incidents occurred less than a month ago. Prosecutors say it was a case of road rage, where Soliz was tailing someone he knew from high school.
At that time, said the defendant told the complainant, "I'm going to pop you," and got out of his car. The complainant saw the defendant with a gun. The complainant stated he was in fear of his life, so started backing up as fast as he could to get away, which at that time the defendant fired several rounds into his vehicle.
The second incident occurred earlier this year. Prosecutors say Soliz went into the gas station to try and buy cigarettes. The clerk asked him for an ID. Soliz threw the ID at the clerk and asked to fight the clerk. They were outside fighting when someone pistol whipped the clerk.
As the defendant gets into that same Mercedes that's used in our car, he pulls out a gun and points it at the complainant as he's leaving.
Prosecutors also argued for a high bond, saying that Soliz belongs to a very dangerous gang.
This gang is known for selling drugs and prostitution of underage victims. They commit and are involved in numerous murders around Harris County and Houston.
Soliz's bond was set at $100,000 for each aggravated assault case. The murder charge, that bond was set at $500,000. Now, police are still looking for a suspect that might be connected to this case. If you have any information, you're told to contact Crime Stoppers. Live in downtown Houston, Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
And the Houston Police Department has not yet released the details of a funeral service for Sergeant Rios, but today, Chief Acevedo said there would be a viewing on Tuesday and a memorial service with police honors on Wednesday. When we know the location, we will be sure to tell you on the KHOU mobile app and right here on KHOU 11 News.